In last video, we discussed about the fire element of creation and how it gets manifested, what are the significations of it, what are the houses which represents the fire element, what are the signs which represents the fire element, and what is the impact if we have a dominant fire element in your horoscope. Today we are going to talk about the air element in Vedic astrology. What are the signs, what are the houses which correlate with this, which correspond with the air element, and what are the effect of a dominant air element in your horoscope. So keep watching. Namaste and welcome to Pramanik Astrology channel. I'm your host Prasad Mahazani. Help you raise your vibrations and become your true self with the help of Vedic astrology. In last video, we discussed about the fire element and Dharma Trikon. Don't get confused when we talk about the fire element or any element and a trine. These are one and the same. The element talks about the rashis and the Trikon or trine talks about the houses. What do I mean by that? Fire element is same as the Dharma Trikon signs. Fire element is for the 159 rashis and Dharma Trikon is for 159 houses. We are going to consider all that in the same video for each element to avoid the repetition. Today we are going to talk about the air element and a Kama Trikon houses. Okay, let's get started. Air element is all about the changes. Air element is a wind element. It is not the oxygen or carbon dioxide or any other gas. It is more of a space. Air element is the wind which brings in the change. Air element is ruled by Saturn. Libra is the root for air element. Why? This is the Kendra house on the west side with the air element. Boom, we have it. Air element corresponds to the house number 3, 7 and 11. All these three houses, house number 3, house number 7 and house number 11, are more of your desires. Third house is your hobbies, 7th house is your marriage, and 11th house is your gains and friends. So these three houses are the Kama Trikon houses. The sign of Gemini is ruled by Mercury. The sign of Libra is ruled by Venus. And the sign of Aquarius is ruled by the Saturn. Saturn rules this trine. So what are the significations of the air element? Air element is very unstable, just like wind. It keeps on changing. It is not steady like earth or earth element. It is a wind, so it is always changing, and that's why they are very unreliable. Unreliable? Yes, because they are always changing. Unreliable is you can't really predict what they will do next. This brings me to the next point, which is about the travel. These people travel a lot. The people with 3, 7 and 11 signs, if you have more and more planets into these signs, you will travel a lot, because this is air, this is change. Okay, and if you have a prominent air element, this will definitely make you travel even more. Okay, these people are the survivors. They don't get the disease easily because disease can't really get hold of them. So these people are the survivors. They can survive in any difficult situations. They don't give up easily. That's why they are successful. They are ruled by Saturn, by the way. Air element is opposite to the fire element, which is the Dharma Trikon, and this is the Kama Trikon. Dharma is what you are supposed to do, your life purpose, and Kama Trikon is more of what you love to do, is your desires. That may not be your Dharma, but they are your inner desires which you want to fulfill in this lifetime. and distract you from your spiritual path, from your dharma. These people are extremely clever and witty. They have the answers for all the questions. They always seek for the new information, new ideas, and they like to connect with the people. They like to share with people. We have seen all these traits into the sign of Gemini in Libra, how Libra stands for a cause, how it campaigns or rallies the support to the causes it believes in very diplomatically, or how the Kumbh Rashi people or the um, Aquarius sign people have that social, how they have the high social quotient. They can see through what's happening at a social platform, though maybe political, economical, social. They can sense it. That is the highest quality of the Kama Trikon houses and the lighter side of the Saturn. Okay, so air element, and how to decide the dominance of air element. One, you will have more and more planets into the sign 3, 7 and 11. We are talking about the element, so we are talking about the signs. When we talk about the trine, we will talk about the houses. When we are deciding the prominence of the element, we have to see if we have more and more planets into the sign of Gemini, Libra and Aquarius, and not the 3rd house, 7th house, 11th house. You might have a Gemini in your 3rd house. That is a different story altogether. But when we are judging an element, we have to look for the rashis. When we are judging the Trikon, like Dharma Trikon, Kama Trikon, Artha Trikon, that is the mode of actions, it is more of the houses. Please keep that in mind and don't get confused with that. And if you want to know the relationship between the rashis and houses, go check out my video. I will put that into the I button. Okay, so yes, you can decide if you have more and more planets into the 3rd sign, 7th sign and 11th sign. And you also have to see the Shadvala, what is the prominent planets in your horoscope. If you have the most prominent planet as the Saturn, you will have a air element prominent. Okay, and why we are talking about the planets, each element is ruled by a certain planet. Either is ruled by Jupiter, air is ruled by Saturn, fire is ruled by Mars, water is ruled by Venus, and earth is ruled by Mercury. So you have to see the Shadbala for that planet, and if you have the highest Shadbala for that planet, you have the prominent element of that planet. In this case, if you have the highest Shadbala for the Saturn, you will have the prominent air element sign. Okay, let's move on to the next core signification of the air element sign. Air element sign, air element. Air element people are extremely successful. Why? Because they don't give up. They don't give up easily and they keep doing that. And that's what makes them successful. But while judging this, we have to keep that in mind. We have to see the horoscope of a person as a whole, and not just if he has the highest element of air. If he has the highest air element, he is going to be successful. But the capabilities of the person also has to be judged from the natal chart, that is D1, to see if this air element is going to be into, if this air element is going to make this person successful, or what success, or what level of success is going to achieve. Okay, so success differs for each and every person depending upon the capabilities of the person. Let's summarize this. Air element is all about change. Air element is ruled by Saturn. Air element corresponds to the sign 3, 7 and 11. Air element corresponds to the house 3, 7 and 11. But it is known as the Kama Trikon when we talk about in context of the houses, but it means the same. Air element is extremely clever. Air element is always changing. That's why they are unreliable and unpredictable. They are very clever, very witty. They have the highest social quotient. They are very ambitious, you can say, because they are more into, they are more focused about their desires. We have to see the strength of the Saturn. If you have prominent air element, you won't get sick easily. You have a high anger because air can be disturbed quite easily. You don't give up easily. This was my analysis for the air element in Vedic astrology. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. You'll be getting Vedic astrological videos just like this one. Please hit subscribe if you aren't already. Hit that like button if you are enjoying my work. Keep watching Pramanik astrology channel and sending you high vibrations. See you in the next video. Love and peace.